Hi, welcome to KnowHow Academy. Today's topic is one of the most misunderstood, yet it is very much important in Power BI DAX, which is generally being asked in the interviews as well. Filter level context versus row level context. Something which is very interesting, something which is very important. And when I'm talking about the filter level context and a row level context, here we have to understand what exactly are we going to relate, how it is going to be helpful. That's very important. Let's say your manager asks you what is the average sales per order by region last month. Then what we generally do, using a DAX functions, we go and write a formula. But when we try to write the formula, most of the time what happens is that we get some values wrong. Why? Because DAX is all about the context. DAX is all about the context. And when you use the wrong one, you get the wrong results. Today we will learn what filter context and row level context really mean, where we have to use each one of them, how they affect your measures, and we will fix real world errors using DAX. So let's understand first what is a row level context. So when I'm talking about a row level context, it's generally nothing but a calculated column. So whenever we are using a DAX function, we use calculated column. So it is a calculated column. What it will do, it will evaluate each row in a row by row basis, in each row individually, same like Excel that we have it. So let me show you the data here. Okay, what are the tables that we have? Okay, let me show you those, then we will work upon it in a practical way. Alright, so here as you can see that I have a retail orders DAX, the data that I have it here. So in this particular data, if you walk through, I have the order ID, I have the customer name, I have the product quantity, I have the price. Then here we have the region, date and sales. Okay, so in another particular data, we have the product, category and brand. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this into my particular Power BI. So how should I get that? Okay, so how should I get that? Here what I'm going to do is I'll open up my Power BI. So in Power BI, I'll go to Excel and I will load that data into my Power BI. As you can see that I have loaded the data into Power BI, where the relationship that I have created is one-to-many relationship. So on what basis this relationship is created? This relationship is created on basis of the product, which is the common between your products table and the orders table that we have it. Okay, so when I'm talking about the row level context, when I'm talking about the row level context, one thing that we have to understand here is that I have to, let's consider that I have to calculate the order sales. Okay, I have to calculate the order sales, or I want the order sales information. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'll go to the calculated column. Okay, as you can see that I'll go to the calculated column, and in this calculated column, what I have done, I have considered the quantity column that I have it here, and that quantity column I am multiplying it with the price column. This quantity column I am multiplying it with the price column. Then I am getting the orders line sales. So when it's a row level context, as I told you, understand what it is doing. I am multiplying quantity with the price. So 2 into 100, 200, 2 into 50, 100. Okay, so 4 into 100, 400. So it is going in a row by row basis. It is going in a row by row basis. Now if I want to go and add another information. Here, if you just look into it, I'm going to add another particular column. Okay, so here let me consider that some name equal to, then I'm going to choose the DAX function called related, and the column name that I'm going to choose is category, the category column. So if you look into it, what is the category that we have? Okay, related category that we are going to get it. Okay, the row context, this will be extended. All right, so for time being, let me not delete this one. So now what I'm going to do is that we are following a rule. Okay, we are following a rule. So the row context or the row level context, it flows through the calculated columns that we are using. Okay, and here we use the iterations called, we use SUMX, we use filter, and we use these kind of things. So this is nothing but the row level context. What if the case, if I am talking to you with the filter level context? So filter level context is nothing but it is equal to the measure or the report filter that you are using. So when we are using new measure, in this new measure we do not have this in a new measure we do not have the column which is physically visible. Am I right? In a new measure we do not have a column which is physically visible. So now what we do on that particular place, we use if you are having aggregations, then for aggregations we go and use the measures. That's where we are talking about a filter level context. So here, if I want to calculate the total sales, then what I have done, I have calculated quantity into price. That's where I have got my sales. Now if I want to see what is my sales for mangoes, so as you can see that I have created a DAX function where I have chosen sales for mango, and I am using the DAX function called calculate. Now what I am calculating, I am calculating total sales for what? For mangoes. Okay, so if you just look into it, I'll take a cart chart, and in this cart chart I will show you what is the sale for mango. The sales for mango is 300, but what is our overall sales? That if you would like to see, 7790 is overall sales, but out of that 7790, the sales that we have it for mango is 300. So here the concept rule that we have to understand is the filter context. Okay, the filter context is dynamic. Whatever we are trying to do, the filter context is dynamic. It's affected by the report interaction, it's affected by the calculate logic that we are using it, that we have to understand. So let's see it in a step-by-step basis. So let's go and create a wrong measure. Okay, for example, I'm going and creating a measure here. So let's consider that this measure as sales per order. So here I'm choosing some name. What I'm doing, the order line sales that we have it. Okay, so that I'm choosing it under orders. Order line sales, or else let me choose this one, divide order line sales. That's what I have to choose it here, which I am dividing it by the order ID. Okay, or let us take total sales, nothing wrong in it, we can do any of the both. Okay, I'll take this total sales where I am going to divide it. With the order ID. Okay, so where I have order ID under my particular table called retail orders. Okay, so if you just look into it, let me go and check the table name. Okay, then if it's the case, we will go with this function itself. Okay, as you can see that it's not working. That's we have to look into it. I'll take the total sales, which I'm going to divide it with the order ID. Okay, then okay, let me take this one, count DAX function. I'll choose it, and then I will go with the order ID. Okay, now this works. Okay, so now what I am doing, I am taking a card chart. Now see here, 259.67. If you understand, there are many things that are involved whenever you are working on a measure. Okay, so you can see that you could not find the measure name, or you cannot find the column name, you could not find the table name. Then the aggregations that we have to use, I have used count, you can use the distinct count, so you can correct it with the right way. So that's the reason I have shown you. The reason that I have tried to do it wrong intentionally is that the divide, the symbol that you are using, that doesn't work sometimes. So what I have done, rather than choosing that, I have selected the divide function here, and I have taken the numerator as total sales. Then I have used a count function here. Now what this count function is doing, it is considering the column name and the aggregation. So this is what you have to understand. This is very important that you have to work on it. Okay. So now there are many such examples which you can even do that with calculate. And let me show it to you. For example, I'll go and take a new measure. Okay, I'll go and take a new measure. So in this new measure, let's consider that I want to get the apples. Then I'll go with calculate. What is the sales of apples? Then I'll go with the total sales, comma, where do we have the category? In the products related table. And what is the condition? Here I am choosing it as apples. Click on enter. Okay, so now let's see what is the sales of apples that we have it. Okay, so why it is wrong, let's go and see. Okay, here under the category we have fruit, we have apple, not apples. Okay, so that's a mistake. So that you have to understand. Apple. What is the spelling? APPLE. Yeah, mango, banana. Okay. So calculate total sales, comma, here the exact one that I want. Okay, the exact information that I want. As you can see, the sales for mangoes, how we have done, is equal to mango, right? The product. So let us go. Now we have to see the column name as well. Yeah, that is wrong. So I have taken category as apple. No, the product name is apple. That's a condition. It's okay. So we have to be very careful. So now this is the wrong column that I have chosen. The right column is product. So what is the product? Product is apple. Now you will get the result here. See, 1560. So the 300 is the sale for mangoes out of my 7790, and 1560 is the sale of apples out of my 7790. You can even use, see all products if you want. Okay, so again what I will do, I'll take a new measure. If you want to work with all, calculate with all. Okay, so that if I want to see, so let's consider all products is the name that I would like to select, equal to, then I will go with calculate, and what is the expression here? Expression is nothing but total sales, comma, here I will go and choose all DAX function, and here I will choose the column called product. So what it will do? It is considering all. If any if any filters are applied, then that particular filters will be ignored and it will give us the entire information. So that's the use of all function here. Many of them, they get a doubt that already calculate, it's a filter functions that we have, and all is also comes under the category of filter function. So can we use the both? Can we use filter functions as well as can we use both? That's what is the general question that people will have it. We can also use the X function. So we should always be sure what we are choosing it. in the row level aggregation and what we are choosing it in a column level aggregation in Power BI. So the data set of this particular video and the Excel files, you can download it for practice, which will be helpful for you. Okay. If you have, thank you. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. If you have any such questions, you can even reply us in the comment section of this particular video. So thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions,